Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's Friday afternoon. Hopefully, everybody's having a wonderful day and going to have a wonderful weekend. Got several things I want to talk to you about today. Some breaking news, some stuff that has happened just since this morning. Really good news. We're actually seeing arrests and prosecution coming from several different directions. I was just speaking about this yesterday. Put Mike Davis on a couple of his clips that he put out yesterday, saying that he had talked to Cash Patel and Pam Bondi and the staff at top staff at the DOJ, and we are definitely going to see some handcuffs, some prosecution, and some people go to jail. He said just as much as that more than once yesterday, and I thought that was pretty significant. And then we find out today, not one, but two judges went to jail this morning. Actual arrest. I'm glad to see it. Now, we've actually seen a few arrests over the last couple of weeks, but those are people that had been convicted in the past. I'm talking about Goldbar Bob and his wife. That's now kind of a down the river kind of thing. But as far as judges and senators and congressmen, that's the stuff I'm ready for. And the deep state bureaucrats and the FBI and the DOJ officials that are on the wrong team and were on the wrong team and weaponized the government against Trump actually did uh, really evil criminal stuff to try to undermine Trump and his authority. Well, those people need to go. They don't need to just be fired. Some of them need to be prosecuted according to what they did. But I believe a lot of that will come. I think we will get prosecution of the DOJ and the real deep state bureaucrats involved. We're just getting started. We're going down the list, starting with the illegals, and now they're starting to get to these judges. Maybe this will put the fear of God into some of those judges with their activist antics, because activist judges are not going to make it. And this, both of these videos, is a prime example of why. Two judges, both acting a fool, behind illegals, both end up arrested. Putting it out there, folks. But first, let's get into what Pete Hegseth did today. He come in. He said he's cleaning house. He's fired all the Pentagon advisory committees, including seat held by none other than Obama's crony Susan Rice, who is a tyrant behind the scenes, loves the Ukraine war, military-industrial conflict. She's all into that. She is basically probably the person that was running the White House uh, when Obama wasn't there, during Obama's term and during Biden's term. That's what I have to believe. Really smart lady, but wicked smart in the wrong kind of way. But at any rate, she's out of there. These committees actually oversee authority over a lot of things involving different agencies. And so it's really a bad idea to have someone that is a Trump hater, that is a vindictive, evil person, to continue to work in a position where she has power over anything involving the new administration. So we got to get those types out. So I'm glad to see it. Pete Hegseth is doing a great job. They've had a few little issues over leakers, and the word is out today that those people are going to jail as well. Tulsi Gabbard said that earlier today on Fox News. Yeah, we already know who the leakers are, and they're going down too. It says based on the available information on the website as of Thursday, the non-defunct panels included several well-known Democrats and Bush-era Republicans. It says former under Navy Secretary under Obama, staunch Republican, longtime proponent of Obama-era military reforms, now steering Pentagon policy advice. Janine Davidson, Michelle Fleury, Colin Call, Susan Rice, Dana Smith, Eric Edelman, Joe Huntsman Jr., and let's see here, Corey Schlake, and I don't know any of these people except for Susan Rice. She's the only one that just comes off top of my head, as I've heard the name too many times. But at any rate, according to The Intercept, the Pentagon quietly scrubbed an advisory board's website after a fired aide to Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth complained that it was stocked with holdovers, hostiles, to President Trump who might be spreading damaging leaks. The Defense Policy Board online roster was erased after ex staffer Dan Caldwell told Tucker Carlson in an interview that its members were incredibly hostile to Trump. Caldwell was fired Friday amid a Defense Department leak investigation that has led to the ouster of several longtime Hegseth confidants. In his interview with Carlson, Caldwell cast himself as a victim of a behind the scenes battle between warmongers pushing for conflict with Iran and skeptics of foreign military interventions such as himself. It goes back to the military industrial complex and these warmongers wanting to keep the war going. And that is a big mechanism in the deep state between big pharma and big military. Those are the ones that are you got to worry about because they'll have you taken out if you get in the way of their big military contracts. I believe that's the way it works. It says yesterday, informed by the recent conducted 45-day review, the DoD Advisory Committee Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth directed the conclusion of service of all members of each DoD Advisory Committee that had been subject to the review, consistent with applicable law. Secretary Hegseth appreciates the members' effort on behalf of the Department in the United States of America, but changes are needed to support the new strategic direction and policy priorities of the department to ensure departmental resources are used efficiently. Go on and axe them. That's what you do. Get rid of them. I'm loving it, folks. And if you don't know what Susan Rice looks like, here's a picture of her. Yep, that's her right there, old creep show herself. Says Pete Hegseth just fired Susan Rice from the DoD advisory position. That is winning. I love it. I love it. We're going to go right on down the line, folks. I got several clips open over here on X and on the Gateway Pundit. Now, George Santos, I believe he got railroaded somewhat, but he did do a lot of lying for a fact about campaign contributions and different things while he was campaigning to get his congressional seat before he was kicked out of Congress. And I don't really know what to think about the guy. I always thought he was kind of weird. Not really my kind of Republican, but uh, now it looks like they've sentenced him to 7 years in federal prison for 2 years of supervised release and 2 years of supervised release on Friday. They got him. It says Santos 36 had pleaded guilty to wire fraud and aggravated identity theft last year. Prosecution was granted the 87 months they had requested. Federal prosecutors unveiled an indictment against Santos, alleging the representative defrauded campaign donors by directing their contributions to his personal account and using the funds to purchase designer clothes to pay bills. That's all I needed to hear. They caught him lock, stock, and barrel. I wonder how many more do it like that. So Santos is gone. That's actual sentence. I'm okay with that. You stole the money, you need to go. Says, I'm sure y'all have heard this story, but breaking Judge Kano and his wife were arrested by federal authorities after they harbored a Trinidad Aragua gang member in their garage apartment. Had lots of photos with him hanging out with the gangs. For example, right here, throwing his gang signs up. This is the judge. What kind of judge hangs out with these guys? Throwing up gang signs while he's drinking a Dos Equis. That's just crazy, folks. Now, what has happened? He has been caught, and him and his wife have been caught in a lot of pictures handling um, long rifles, look like machine guns, and passing them around the house. I guess they were his daughters, as a story. But way I'm understanding it is the guy was the repairman. They felt sorry for him, got him out of jail, basically, or let him off, and been hanging out ever since. And he is definitely a Trinidad Aragua gang member. And because they were harboring the fugitive, they got. So the wife and the husband is gone to jail. They have been arrested. They will be sentenced. I don't know what the actual sentencing will be at this point. Hopefully, it'll be throw the book at them. But this needs to happen. This needs to set an example. They need to do this not just to one or two, but to everyone that acts a fool like this, and they'll quit. At one point, these judges will be scared to open their mouth. They'll quit. Especially they won't be flaunting that they're helping them. They'll be trying to do it in a subversive way, so they won't get caught. And when they get caught, they'll be in the same shape these people are. So just like that, this guy and his wife are going to jail. We'll be letting Trinidad Aragua live in your house. It doesn't seem like a good plan. Yeah, it does not seem like a good plan to me, folks. Yeah, there's the wife. All right, we're going. There's the judge. What kind of judge hangs out with Trinidad Aragua on the weekend? Does him favors. I mean, that's like something straight out of Breaking Bad or something. And to add to the story, folks, we've got another idiot judge that tried to help an illegal out the side door. I'm guessing of the courtroom. Actually lied to. Uh, I'm guessing the ICE agents. They were asking about somebody that was in her court, someone she had released after they had been allegedly involved in some criminality. But as Benny Johnson says, two judges down in the past 24 hours. Keep it coming. This is what I voted for. I love it. I love it. This is the other judge. This is the one that is in deep trouble as well. Got a couple clips about that. Arresting road judges, my kind of weekend. We're gonna listen to some Pam Bundy here. All right, I gotta let this thing stop spooling. Any day now. All right, this thing's not acting right. We'll come back to Pam Bundy. We'll go on to the next one and come back to it. See if that helps. But yeah, it's great, folks. We got two of them down in 2 days. Says, cheers to AG Pam Bondi, Todd Blanche, Cash Patel, and Dan Bongino. Judge Hannah Dugan was arrested Friday morning and is in federal custody as a spokesman for the U.S. Marshal Service said. Dugan intentionally misdirected federal agents away from an immigrant in her courthouse, allowing him to evade arrest. FBI Director Cash Patel said in a post on X that he later deleted. He identified the man as Eduardo Flores Ruiz and said he was living in the country illegally. She was trying to hide it. All right, let's see if we can get Pam Bundy going again. Sometimes these videos act a fool. I know what to do, folks. All right, here, folks. I got an idea. Bear with me. If I can get this thing to stop spooling. All right, I'm going to pause it. I'm going to go over to the Gateway Pundit. Y'all bear with me, folks. We freestyling now. We're doing it live. Let me get down here and find the article right here. Clickety click. Yep. And let's see if we can get it to play over here. Must be having slow internet issues here, folks. I don't know what's going on. Hate it when that happens. Says AG Pam Bondi gives updates on New Mexico judge.
Look at the associations with this violent Venezuelan gang, Tren de Aragua, and this person that they harbored in their home. He was showing signs through clothing, we were told, tattoos. There
May have to get a little higher speed internet, folks. I hate spooling.
was evidence through voice messages and text messages of his association to TDA. So what charges will Cano and his wife face, if any?
So Judge Cano, soon to be former Judge Cano, got his charges were just unsealed. He's charged with obstruction. He is charged, he admitted post Miranda. He took one of the TDA members' cell phones himself, took it, beat it with a hammer, destroyed it, and then walked the pieces to a city dumpster to dispose of it to protect him. The wife also is charged with destroying evidence. Sandra, not only that, this TDA member, and he had on a necklace that said kill, something about death. He had tattoos all over him. He also had on his cell phone pictures of two decapitated victims, decapitated, gruesome photos. And he was sending them out, and whoever he was sending them to was sending back saying, hey, you need to be careful. You shouldn't be sending these. You shouldn't be texting these photos out. Not only that, these two, the judge and his wife gave him assault rifles that belonged to their daughter. That's what they're charged with. In the criminal report affidavit, he goes to a shooting range with these assault rifles, with a suppressor, with other known TDA members, and they're shooting. This is the last person that we want in our country, nor will we ever tolerate a judge or anyone else harboring them.
His ass is in so much trouble. His law license has been revoked. He is no longer a judge. He has got criminal charges against his ass for harboring these kids and destroying evidence. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be good. They're gonna fry this guy and use him. He's gonna be prime example number one on what not to do as an activist judge. Says here, Judge Dugan was, this is the woman, says Judge Dugan was arrested Friday morning and is in federal custody, as the spokesman for the U.S. Marshal Service said. Oh, I think I already read that one. All right, we'll go on to the next one. Yes, folks, I do believe that the jaws of justice are closing in. Now, this here is the footage of the judge just leaving the courthouse, pretty cut and dry. They're running to her car. She moves pretty quick, even when the screen is spooling. Any rate, there it is. She's out of there quick, ready to go out the side door. She's probably one of those judges. Both of them are probably these judges that don't mind letting people go because it's only the seventh time they've committed the same crime. Seven's not too much. That's probably the mentality of these people. The poor victim, Tren de Aragua. Now, rumor has it that Letitia James is going to jail. As of today, she lawyered up with none other than Hunter Biden's lawyer because she sees what's coming. The question is she next? That is the question. It would be nice, folks. It's coming quick. Attorney generals will be next. Let's get some Secretary of State, some Attorney Generals, some judges, some senators, some congressmen. Let's get a little bit of some of the DOJ, some of the FBI, some of the deep staters, some of the bureaucrats, some of the people that funneled money out of our country, some of the people that stole that Medicaid and Medicare money that is bigger and more corrupt than the whole USAID scam. Medicaid and Medicare is fleecing this country. And Dr. Oz was talking about it earlier today. You may want to go check that out. Great interview. Just spilling the beans on how bad it really is. Yep, Gunther Engelman, somebody I follow really closely over here on Twitter, says, rumor has it Letitia James will be in handcuffs soon. I'm ready. I'm so ready, folks. It'll be a good day in the neighborhood when we see one of these crooked Secretary of States or Attorney Generals go to jail. Now, the left will have you believe this is just another Denver dad that's being deported because ICE today arrested this illegal alien. Looks like Trinidad Aragua or MS-13 tattoos all over his face. I can't swear to it, but the article does say he was a gang member. The face tattoos kind of give it away. Well, see ya. Bye bye. Now, if we hear a whole lot about this, it won't be the Maryland man. It'll be the Denver dad. Just letting y'all know in advance, in case of that, we try to carpet bomb with this story. And wow, just face tattoos alone, too much. They like to be self-identifying, and now it's a curse. Y'all see that, folks? All them tattoos all over them, with all their branding all over them is a dead giveaway, and they do that in prison as well. That's how they identify gang members in prison. They look them up from head to toe and check out their tattoos. They know what some tattoos mean. It says Pat, Pam, Cash, do this, guys. Do this guy next. We the people are anxious. Oh, creepy Peter Strzok. Yeah, this guy needs to go to jail. If he don't go to jail, I don't understand. I want to see him and Adam Schiff both go to jail. Several of them weaponized our government against our sitting president. That's treason where I come from. Now, I just thought I'd end this video with something I thought was great. This is, what's her name? Crying girl here. I forget her name, folks. Lorenz. All right, we're going to do the Trump parody. Pretty cool. If we can ever get it to stop spooling, and we'll call it a day here. If you haven't liked and subscribed and shared and all that good stuff yet, now's the time you do all that closer to the end of the video. All right, now. And of course, the thing was muted. All right, let's try that again.
Let's kick it.
There it is.
Alright, stop. Collaborate and listen. I sit back with my brand new invention. Something grabs a hold of me tightly. Flow like a hawk, I'm daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll glow. To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up the stage and wax the trunk like a candle. Dance. Crush the speakers that booms. I'm killing your brain like a poison. Let's kick it.
I'm loving it. Look at here. We got everybody. There's Hegseth, Tom Homan, Trump Jr., Trump, Barron, Kristi Noem, and that looks like Melania. Whole team there. I love it. I love it. Like, subscribe, and share. Devoted Patriots. Everybody have a great weekend. I will be feeding the homeless tomorrow or Sunday, most likely tomorrow. Got lots of groceries for them this week. Doing it big. Gonna be huge. My freezer's full. Hopefully everybody will join in on the live and watch me see how long it takes me to feed about hopefully 30 or 40 people this week.